What if chronic illness, anxiety, burnout, weight gain, addiction, and fatigue weren't lifelong conditions to manage, but signals pointing to deeper root causes that can be addressed? Are you taking a handful of medications or supplements to manage symptoms while the underlying issues remain unresolved? Brain fog, inflammation, digestive discomfort, poor sleep, anxiety, and low energy aren't the problem. They're messages from the body that something deeper needs attention. And too often, conventional approaches focus on the symptom management rather than identifying and addressing the root causes driving dysfunction. At Liberated Living, we are taking a different approach. We help uncover the underlying factors contributing to health challenges so individuals can restore energy, regain clarity, and build resistance that reclaims their own life and empowerment. They can begin to see 80% or more of those symptoms disappear because true healing begins when we stop chasing symptoms and start addressing the source. Millions are struggling with fatigue, depression, chronic disease, digestive issues, addiction, and stress related illnesses. Despite spending more on healthcare than ever before, many people are sicker, more exhausted, and more dependent on medications than previous generations. The system often manages symptoms while the underlying causes remain untouched. Is the system working? Well, at Liberty Living, we believe that true healing begins when we stop asking what's wrong with you and start asking what happened to you and what's driving these symptoms. We are changing healthcare the way it was intended to be. Our model begins with a truly holistic approach, addressing the mind and body to identify and resolve the underlying root causes of illness rather than simply managing symptoms, because the mind is not separate from the body. Many common conditions, such as anxiety, migraines, digestive disorders, and stress related symptoms like irritable bowel syndrome, for instance, are often reflecting a deeper imbalance involving both psychological and physiological factors that's known as psychosomatic conditions. So, once stress, trauma, or chronic emotional burdens manifest on a physical level, they must be addressed on both levels through a comprehensive mind body approach. By recognizing the interconnected nature of our holistic health, mental, emotional, physical, our model integrates functional medicine, holistic mental health, lifestyle medicine, nutrition, trauma informed care, and education to uncover and address root causes. The result is a more complete pathway to healing, one that supports lasting restoration, resilience, and optimal well being. For example, if you were involved in a serious auto accident and experienced both physical injuries and emotional trauma, such as PTSD, you would need to address both the physical pain and psychological impact of the event to fully recover, correct? So, treating the physical injuries might help your body heal, but the emotional trauma remains unresolved. You may still experience fear, anxiety, hypervigilance, or a lack of confidence behind the wheel. Likewise, addressing the emotional trauma alone without rehabilitating the physical injuries could limit your ability to regain mobility and function. So, just the same, true recovery requires a mind body approach, healing both the emotional and physical wounds so you can confidently drive, move, and fully engage in life again. So when inflammation is reduced, nutrient deficiencies are corrected and trauma addressed, and lifestyle factors are optimized, people often experience profound changes. Just to imagine more energy, better sleep, improved mood, greater mental clarity, sustainable weight management or less bloating, which is a common one, reduced dependence on unhealthy coping mechanisms or behaviors, and a renewed sense of purpose and vitality. The goal isn't to settle for feeling normal. Normal range is what statistically is common in the population, like inflammation, for example. The normal reference range can still be associated with symptoms, early dysfunction, or less than optimal health for a particular individual, but not at peak levels. Optimal range, on the other hand, is where the body may function most efficiently and where individuals often feel their best. So the goal is to function at optimal levels and reach your highest potential. So we all deserve better than normal range. Normal is not to be construed with healthy. Our approach isn't theory, it's built on real world transformation. Client before and after stories, testimonials, recovery journeys, practitioner success stories. The transformation that we've also experienced at Liberated Living has become the foundation for helping others create their lasting change. We've been there and we know what it takes. You can even visit our page for our client transformations and testimonials because Liberated Living is more than a clinic. We're building a new model of healthcare, one that integrates clinical care, education, prevention, and workforce development. We train the next generation of practitioners while delivering personalized, root cause care and designed treatment protocols to improve lives and communities. As leaders in functional mental health, holistic psychology, trauma-informed care, and practitioner education, we at Liberated Living combine decades of clinical, educational, and workforce development experience. My twin sister and I have developed accredited programs, trained practitioners worldwide, and helped individuals create lasting health transformations. So our mission is bigger than helping one person heal. We're working to break cycles of chronic illness, trauma, addiction, and preventable disease for future generations and recovery after COVID. By expanding access to prevention-focused care and practitioner training, we're helping shape the future of healthcare the way it should be. So imagine a healthcare system that prioritizes prevention over crisis intervention, a system that teaches people that what thriving really feels like, not just settling for survival mediocrity, a system that addresses lifestyle, nutrition, environment, trauma, mental health, and community as an interconnected part of wellness. That's the whole scope, and that's the future we're building. So whether you're seeking healing, professional training, or a better model for your organization, we invite you to join the movement. Liberated Living is redefining healthcare through education, empowerment, and innovation. Because when people heal, families heal. When families heal, communities heal. And when communities heal, generations change. We are looking for holistic or healing professionals who want to make real change and join us in this vision together. And if you don't have any credentials, that's okay. We offer training and certification programs at a very competitive rate with fast track options. So explore our holistic programs or learn more by visiting holisticschool.online, and you can also look for the link provided to sign up for a free masterclass and get started. And we look forward to having you join us.